So you want to start making money with your video production, or you don't have no idea where to start? I'm going to lay it down for you A to Z of exactly what you need to consider when creating your own video production business. And let's talk about finally making money with your video content. So, just as a huge disclaimer, I am not giving you legal or financial advice. All this information is just through base of my own story, and all are alleged information. What up, guys? My name is Peter from a Broke Visionary Collective, and I help you become a better content creator. Since 2015, 2016, I have been a freelance video editor, videographer, and content creator. So when it comes to starting off your video production business, this comes to any sort of freelance career, is that the easiest way to do it is to just do it. But you're like, wait, that's not really helpful. I'm gonna assume you have a client and that client wants to purchase your services. So for example, you're gonna charge a client, let's say $300 for a simple TikTok video. So you give them an invoice. You need to consider, what is an invoice? Do you have a receipt? Do you have a template that you can use so you can bill your client? Once you send that over to your client will then pay that money towards you, and you can hand over the deliverable of the TikTok or whatever you agreed upon. That is a contractual obligation, that here I'm receiving money in exchange for a product or service. So the easiest way to start a video production company is to just start. I'm gonna assume you have the video editing skills, and whatever your client needs, you are able to produce that. So what you need to do now is have certain types of steps that you need to follow. Do you have a pricing structure? How are you going to charge your clients? What are the methods that you're going to charge your clients? And then how is that going to play out? Do they give you the money first? Do you give them the deliverable and then they give you the money? These are things to consider. Next is, once those contractual obligations are exchanged for services, for example, I give you $200, you give me a video, what you need to do as a contractor is to send them an invoice. You can simply do this. There's a lot of templates online. And then once you send them the invoice, you need to realize how much are you going to charge them. Usually people have pricing structures, whether you have in certain tiers, or you want to charge by hourly. So give them an estimation of how much it would cost to produce one simple video. Some people like to do it by the hour. I do it my own certain way. And once you figure out the billing structure of that, you give that to your client, and then that client would either agree or disagree, or you guys have some sort of negotiation. Once that is agreed upon, you then figure out your fulfillment. So this would be a video editor. So you would go, film, and then edit. Once you edit your video, they agree with whatever your video edits are. They send you the money. Bada bing, bada boom. You just made your first sale as a video production company. Now that you have received the money, you don't necessarily need to register yourself as a business yet. What you can do, depending on where you are in the world, I am in Canada, is you can be a sole proprietorship. Meaning that at the end of the year, Uncle Sam or True Daddy comes after you. What you need to do is you need to declare that income as your own income, so you will get taxed on it. So for example, if your client has charged, or you charge your client $300, once you fill out your income forms, you're gonna have to pay a little bit of tax on that, right? So that's how it's done. You don't need to register an LLC, a LTD corporation, but there are a lot of benefits from doing that. Being as a sole contractor and freelancer of just one person, it all depends on how much money you're actually making. If you're making more than 6 figures, then you're much better off to apply for something like a corporation, actually make a business. So this would go, walk into a lawyer, walk into an accounting firm, and they would get all the paperwork for you. You set that up, you have your own name. So then when people charge or bill you, or you would bill people, you would not be the person that would be receiving, complaints or income tax. Your business is now a legal entity. So that's why a lot of these corporations don't actually hide behind themselves. They hide behind their company name. So if someone sues you, comes after you, it's not actually your personal assets. They're going after the business. So that is one of the biggest pros to register yourself as an LLC or as a business if you plan on making large amounts of money and you don't want to do this as just a side hustle. You want to do this as a full-time thing. But like I said, when you first start out, you don't really need to worry about the paperwork and all. It's more about, do you have enough clients to even generate that money and taking this more seriously? You have to think about that. You were 100% guaranteed and you want to do this as a full-time job and as your bread and butter. I highly recommend you go into an accounting firm, be like, hey, I want to start a business. They will give you all the paperwork and they will make sure that you are documented properly so the government knows that you are offering these services legally. So now that you've figured out that you want to start a business and you are LLC or you're a freelance solopreneur, what you want to figure out is you get the money, you deal with the contracts. You want to figure out what you can or cannot do. So now you are essentially a business owner. You're no longer an employee. You have to figure out, can you write off certain expenses to offset your overall deductions on certain equipment? So for example, if you buy a $5,000 camera, the benefit of that now is that you're a videographer and you're using that for work. So your business makes $100,000 a year. You can subtract $5,000 even more from that income, that gross income, because you use that to offset the business income. So you get taxed less, and which is why the big caveat of owning a business or being a sole proprietorship is you can write off your equipment so you can defer legally the amount of tax owing to the government. So now you figured out your pricing structure, you figured out how to bill and invoice your clients, making sure that you have a receipt on hand, as well as now you figure out what you can expense and what you not expense. It's really that simple. Anyone can run a video production business out of their own home. You can rent a co-working space. Anyone that offers video productions as a service, hey, I am now a video production company, one-person show. And the more money you make, the more you can invest back into your business. You can start hiring employees, you start renting out spaces, you can have a credit card under your own business name, all that fancy smanchy stuff. But the big caveat of anyone can run a video production company is that no one can run a successful video production company. Some people go freelance and then you never hear from them again. Some businesses run and some go under. That's just the truth heart about running a video production company. It is competitive. You gotta know the right people. And I hope there was a little get going on figuring out exactly what do you actually need to run a video production company. I know I just touched the tip of the iceberg, but it was able to have you get enough thinking so you can start going if that's the direction you want to start going. If you want to get serious about video production and making money with videos, guess what? I have a full-fledged course in the link below to figure out, would I rather be a full-time employee as a video editor, videographer, or should I really do my solopreneur, get that hustle going on and working for me? Link in the description below and I will show you exactly which way is best for you and how I price and all that stuff, which may be complicated for you. I'll walk you through everything step by step. My name is Peter. You're watching Broke Visionary Collective, where we all start with nothing, but you can always create something. Cheers, guys.